I'm a little pissed off today, though, because I've been reading more about the Hawaiian fire and where our money is going. So, do you know anything about that, Justin?
I read a little bit about it. So, old Sleepy Joe is up to some shenanigans with that money, though.
Up to some bullshit.
Yeah, I read something. You could just, if I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one. But recently, like just very recently, we have sent Ukraine $200 million, additional dollars, right?
I believe that's after the fire has already started.
Yes.
So this is after the fact.
Yes.
All the while, there's over 100 Americans, well, nearly 100 Americans dead. 1,000 of them are still missing, and over 2,200 structures are totally destroyed on that island.
2,600.
2,600 now?
Yeah, it's 2,600.
They're still
now.
fucking burning.
Yeah. And you want to know what your fucking government did for them?
What are those Hawaiian people getting?
Dude, they sent $700 to each family that was affected by those fires.
Oh,
and
wow.
It equated to $1.8 million.
So American people get 1.8, and the Ukraine gets 200 million on top of all the countless millions that they've already been fucking getting since the war.
Yeah, I mean they're in the billions now. I mean, like they're straight up. I mean, it's an insane amount of money that they've been getting in Ukraine. And when you start including like all the weapons and all that shit, like,
and yet we still have so many fucking problems right here at home.
Yeah, dude.
Homelessness, hunger, poverty.
Yeah,
No one gives a fuck about us.
Yeah,
especially our own goddamn government.
I saw a video. It looked like a Snapchat video that someone had taken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's these guys. I don't know if they were like, I don't know what they were doing. Probably trying to get the fuck out of there, honestly. But they were in a truck and they were just driving down. It looked like a 2-lane road or whatever. And left and right, houses, parks, cars, all that stuff, right? Traditional neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything was on fire and melted.
Just fucking decimated.
You've seen that movie Constantine with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, like, when hell.
When he goes to hell and
Yeah.
it's like LA, but it's just like everything's on fire or whatever. That's exactly what it looked like, dude.
God damn.
Yeah, and even like the guys talking in the truck were like, "Hey, we have to get out of here. Like it's getting too hot. Like they're gonna start melting our own tires and stuff, dude." Like insane, dude. But like, some fuck shit war happens halfway across the world, and god damn it, everyone's got to take a knee, right?
Oh yeah. Well, America.
Yeah.
Always has to step in and be the fucking hero.
Oh my god, dude. What's interesting about like a lot of those like small countries like that, like those Eastern Bloc countries, shit you see in the Middle East, shit like in Africa, with Niger and stuff popping off, man. It's all these like little shitty countries that just pit superpowers against each other.
Yeah.
In an effort just to squeeze money out of us. That's all that's about.
Works
dude.
every time.
Yeah, because I was reading like reports about like a lot of members of like the Ukrainian parliament or whatever.
Yeah.
Like equivalent to their Congress, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were getting caught fleeing the country, and they literally they had duffel bags full of United States dollars, greenbacks, $100 bills, banded, $10,000 bands at a time, just as much as you could carry, getting on these planes trying to get it out of the country. Where the fuck do you think that money came from?
And this isn't about the Ukrainian people. I've been to the Ukraine.
Of course.
I like Ukraine as a country.
It's the government.
Yeah, nothing against their people. It is who their fucking rulers are.
Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of sad. Like you wish, you could trust, you know what I mean? You could just be like, yeah, dude, like you're getting invaded. You need help. Like, fuck yeah, dude, like we can help you out. But like at the end of the day, what was it? 2013, they had a chance to join NATO and they said no.
True.
I understand it was a different president, but the thing is, like, we have literally no allegiance to them whatsoever.
No.
And so, like, why are we?
Everyone asks for a bailout, and America's the first to just start slinging truckloads of money to them, while we always leave our own people on our own soil left to fucking starve and get fucked.
Yeah, like that trip I took to fucking Houston, man. Like, literally, like, zombies walking the street, man. Like, fucked up on drugs, needles in the street, homeless everywhere, tent city, looking like a shanty town, dude. I'm telling you, man, like,
Yet we're funneling cash to the Middle East and the Ukraine and wherever the fuck else just to feed their fucking bigwigs, and still their people are still suffering. They don't give a fuck about their regular people.
I mean, at the end of the day, you and I both know it's about Russia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do we stick it to the man? How do we seize it more, stop them from seizing any more real estate?
Which I get that part, but throwing fat stacks of cash isn't the fucking answer. That doesn't solve shit.
Well, you mean like COVID? We can't tax our way out of this?
Yeah. Lockdown.
That's what everyone's solution was. It was just like, this is a money problem. This is not a bio problem. It's just like, what? Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. My thing is it's the American people you just keep fucking nonstop. You know what I mean?
Every day.
And like, dude, I go to the grocery store, man, and I can't tell you, like the small grocery store down the road from my house, I can't tell you how many times every single time I go, man, every single time I go. And it's like this, it breaks my fucking heart to see this shit happening. There's always somebody complaining about how much groceries are. Not out of like, oh shit, this is expensive now, fuck this, but I'm going to buy it anyway. But like more of like,
can't afford that shit.
I can't afford this. And that's happening a lot. And I know a girl that works at my local grocery store, and she was like, you would be really surprised. And I was like, but fucking Ukraine, man, they won a bunch of fucking pallets of fucking money, all this other fucking bull. And it's not just the Ukraine.
No, not at all.
Like, no,
same shit happened to Afghanistan during the Obama administration.
Iraq, Iran. Yeah. I think we talked about it once before or whatever.
It's the same shit, different country every time.
I think a better analogy might be same shit, different toilet.
True.
But it's always about like, Russia, like some other fucking superpower. But, one thing I was listening to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he was talking about it, basically Russian aggression, right? Mm-hmm. And now we're going to gloss over a lot of history on how like NATO's borders basically came right up on Russia's ass, like where they are today, right?
Yeah.
But he essentially stated, he was talking about, history during his... was it a podcast, or it might have been during it was during the congressional hearing that he was a part of. I think it was on censorship, actually, that one that he was on. He said that when NATO was actually originally created, the promise to the Russian people essentially was that NATO would not move one single inch towards their border. And since then, it has moved over 1,000 miles and included an additional 14 countries. So if you start, I'm not siding with Putin by any fucking means.
No, not at all.
Not at all. But if you fucking look at it from his fucking perspective.
Do you remember what year or around what time period that was when that was said? It had to be a pretty good bit ago.
Oh, God, dude.
But
dude, you're putting me on the spot with that one. If you want to talk a little bit, I'll Google some shit or whatever.
We need to know. We're curious about that shit. But yeah, I mean, the more, which it's understandable. But then once we made that agreement, those other countries are like, oh, we want help too. And then it goes back to the other part of how many of those countries that once they were accepted into NATO, they never paid a fucking dime of their dues, and we were still toting the fucking bill on all of them as well.
So I did just Google it. Mm-hmm. So NATO was actually created it was on April 4th, 1949.
1949?
Yes.
Okay. So a lot of fucking shit has happened since then.
Yeah.
So obviously things change.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off on what you were saying earlier, but and the thing is, at the end of the day, like you were talking about, dude, like a lot of these countries, like they haven't paid or they continue not to pay or they're short or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, dude, it's the American greenback that's financing all that bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Like, I'm just tired of like fucking fighting other people's wars, dude.
For sure, man. Like, I'm not opposed to helping people out, but we need to put our own people first.
Yes. 100%
America first. Like every other country puts their country first. No one else doles out. Like no one else is gonna fucking help us. If roles were reversed, they're gonna help themselves first. And then if they have any extra shit, they're like, we might fucking give you guys a little something.
Although I did read an interesting fact. Now this wasn't helping by any means, but after 9/11, did you know that the first world leader to call fucking George Bush and like basically give his condolences was Putin? Was Vladimir Putin.
Damn, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
The old bastard had a little bit of compassion.
I think it's the whole...
Or was it a joke?
I think it's...
Was he like, oh, sucks for you. Better you than me.
Well, they've had their issues with that shit, but they just snatch motherfuckers up on the street. Like, bam!
True.
So, yeah, dude, I think it was more of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, I mean, that entire presidency, we really didn't have any issues with Russia.
No.
Because we're like that's, I mean, Russia and the United States has a unique history of like, yeah, we like kind of pit against each other and all this other shit, but we don't ever actually like really fire at each other.
No, it's kind of like it could be comparable to China, as in we mutually hate each other, but we depend on each other for shit.
Yeah.
Like Russia, not so much, but I guess it could be along the same tune as that.
Yeah. But whenever real shit breaks out, like on a global platform, historically, like in the last century, it's always like Russia and the United States end up teaming up together.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Do you think that would happen now, though?
Ooh,
I don't see it. Russia and China are gonna fucking...
I would say before Ukraine, yes. After Ukraine,
okay.
no.
Yeah, like you think the Ukraine has really fucked our relationship beyond repair at this point?
Yes.
Okay. I could see that.
You got to put yourself in Putin's shoes.
Well, true.
You're encroaching on what he basically sees as like, hey, man, like, this is my territory.
Yeah.
Like, you know, or at least it was at some fucking point. Mm-hmm. It's, okay, like, you know, there's historically, you know, I mean, there's a lot of history there and stuff, you know, but now, you know, it's technically a sovereign nation like Ukraine, right?
Which always, even when while it was, it still had a heavy Russian presence. I mean, a large portion of Ukrainians actually identify as Russian. Yeah.
You know, that's what a lot of people don't fucking realize. Mm-hmm. And like most of them speak Russian and stuff.
If you like our content, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to see the full video, click here. If you want to see another shorter video, click here.